with that is the DVD in the back. It has all the exercises. You guys have been doing this for, I don't know, how many weeks?
3 weeks.
3 weeks. And so you can see everything they're supposed to do in that DVD. You can see how they're supposed to be holding it. That was always my question. How's he supposed to be holding it? Is that right? Is it high enough on the shoulder? But you can kind of see in that where it is, and you guys can become the experts. So it's kind of, my thought about it is just be there every day. Be there in the practice session. If you can, practice with them solely for those times. That's what I do. I make time. Even with our 8-year-old, I give him a little bit more freedom, but especially the first day they have something new, I'm in there and I'm making sure that, okay, we know what we're doing. Our practice setup, and we've had a few accidents already with our instruments, and we've learned always practice on a carpet. Then, if you can, sometimes this works for us, sometimes it doesn't, with school schedules and all the different activities. Have a set time that you guys can practice. If it's going to be 6 a.m., that's great. 6 a.m. does not work for us. I know your kids practice at 6 a.m., so that works for them. So everybody's schedule is different. And one of the things that we have done, and it's taken a little bit to get them into the routine, but now they're there, is I treat it like homework. You got to get your homework done, you've got to get your music practice done, and then you can play. Then you can go and have fun. So that's kind of the way we run at our house. And does that cause fights and tears? And yes, it does. But they also know, we've been doing it for a while, that, oh, we've got to get our instruments done if we're going to do this or if we're going to do that. So what does a practice look like at our house? I'm there, typically in the room with them. Sometimes we've got the music stand and I'm kneeling by the music stand and we're looking, okay, so let's see. So for this lesson, we're going to do, the 4-step left hand. Okay, let's find it on the computer, let's find it on the TV, and let's watch it together. And and I watch as they do it, and then we do it again. If it says a certain number of times, I'm there. Let's do it a certain number of times. Did I get lots of moans? Yes. Did we fight? Yes. But we did it.
Do you get tears sometimes?
We have gotten tears, and I've had practice sessions last 2 hours. Yeah. Because I've got one who's really stubborn, and if you just do it, then it would have taken 20 minutes. But sometimes, depending on their day. Now, if you look in the beginning of each section as well, she has little, practice hints. She'll say, practice on a carpet. We've learned that from experience. But she does say in here, if you're having an off day, choose 3 or 4 exercises and have them do that. It's the practice every day that counts.
Sort of back to basics type thing.
Yeah.
If you're having an off day, go back to the basics.
Well, if you're having an off day, go back to the basics, or if there's a lot of the stuff, the exercises you'll do they're repetitive, and so they can choose the ones that they really like or what have you and do that. So we've done that a few times when it's just been too much and everybody's had enough. So, and that's worked well. I just had to make sure that I didn't do that all the time because then you're not getting the full range of the experience. And of course, if you do it once, we had to make a rule. It was a specific, Saturday, we could do just a certain number, whatever. I have to tell you that they've forgotten that. So we do all of their practice. So that's the beauty of it. Once they got into it, they've forgotten. Basically, when I got in here, I was very overwhelmed. A violin, a stringed instrument, what am I going to do? But what it's come down to is me learning the notes, learning the strings, learning what finger they're supposed to be on. Like I said in the beginning, I've had to become the teacher at home. So that's kind of what we've done. A lot of times when they start new music or start new exercises, I'm down on the floor with my finger following underneath the note saying, okay, and if they pause, oh, remember this is this. And, it's kind of a team effort in that regard. Sometimes we celebrate. If he's done something and it's the first time and it's hard, in fact, I always remind him the first day of anything is going to be hard. And so then we have a little celebration. I don't know, you jump up and down, whatever you want to do. Yes, we did it! Tomorrow it's going to be easier. And after a few times, they realize that, okay, the first day is always the hardest, but beyond that, it'll get better. Now, one thing that we have done, and you guys take this and use it however you want to, is they can earn privileges or incentives. And so every day to practice, now they've forgotten this because we've been doing it for so long. So if they forget, I don't enforce it. But they get 8 M&Ms every day that they practice. Every 7 days that they practice. If they practice 7 days in straight, or 8 days, they missed one day or whatever. Every 7 days that they practice, I let them choose a special dessert for that night. We go to the store and it kind of helps them. Hey, I want to practice. The more I practice, the more. And then every 28 days, they go get a Hot Wheels car at Walmart. I mean, something simple, but man, holy cow! I can't tell you the number of times. How many days do I have left, Mom? I can't wait. How many days do I have left? And Lincoln, our little one, came up with one on his own, and I thought it was great. It's motivated him. Every 5 months, he gets a Lego set. I'm totally okay with that. But it just kind of gives them, they're earning something, they're working, and they don't always remember it because they're enjoying. So that's kind of how we've worked it. Practice can still be a challenge. We had a rough practice yesterday. It was just for me. I found that if there are things that they're having problems with and they don't want to do it, I mention it to him. Hey, we're having a hard time with this. Can you be my sidekick here and mention it to him? Tonight, I asked him what he wanted to play. Will you play Demonstrate? No way. So I came and I said, he doesn't want to play Demonstrate. Will you ask him? He'll do it for you. Which he does. So I use that, or mom or dad, or somebody always does the practice and the other one doesn't. Or sometimes at our house, dad will say, hey, we want to hear. I want to hear your song. That kind of thing. So,
wow, you guys are fantastic.
You do.
That's princesses. That's great.
Looks like the summer.
So, I guess it praise all of the hard work. It's fun. I like to say, hey, remember how hard this was at the beginning? Now look where you are, and those types of things. And I think that really that's it. Be there every day. Be the one saying, hey, okay, we're going to do this together. And that is what has made the difference for us. I know I started this and I thought, okay, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it. And I want them to have this experience and be able to decide, hey, I really, really love this. And that little, they need all the guidance and help that they can get. So that's kind of my philosophy.
You guys have any questions?
Did they start out enthusiastic about practicing, or did you choose it for them? Did they have any interest?
I made sure that there was an interest. We actually started Lincoln first,
Okay.
and I made sure we actually saw in a public library in another state there were some women who were opening up a Suzuki school there, and so they came to the library during story time and played. And the younger one and I were there, and I said, "What do you think? Would you be interested?" And he said yes. So I wanted to make sure, because I didn't want to force him to do something they didn't want to do. And then Big Brother saw how much fun he was having.
Okay.
And Temecula Strings marched in the 4th of July parade. And that week he said, I want to play. I want to play. I want to play. And so I let him really ask and make sure that he wanted to do it before we started with him. So
I found it's really important that they have a desire. Even with our kids, I give them constant options to quit. So you can quit anytime you want to, quit anytime you want to, which is kind of made it so they don't want to quit. So,
We make him give it a chance, though, first.
Otherwise,
He'll be quitting the next day because it's hard,
Now, with Lincoln,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm having you guys meet today is because with Lincoln and Jessica, I'm seeing like amazing things happen. Just mind-boggling, mind-blowing things happen. I mean, I had 10 lessons straight today. 10 straight violin lessons. And here comes Jessica along, and she's playing everything perfect. I'm like, oh, heck yeah, Because I have kids that come and they will try to practice for 7 days, but they don't really hit the mark because they're doing it on their own, I have videos for every single exercise in every single book that we have to try to have so they can have videos to watch on YouTube so they know exactly what they're supposed to do. When you have a mom and dad supporting it, though, I can't even tell you how much that makes a difference. Because then you got Lincoln over here. I started him. He was the first violinist student I had here. And we started with the Pascal method. That's really what just exploded. It's just a step-by-step. But then having his mom jump on there with him, he's amazing. He's incredible. I mean, it's so cool. I wish everybody would do that, especially for 5 and 6 year olds. It's so important that you guys support them. So we're now going to turn the time over
Okay.
to Sandy.
Sandy, yeah.
This is Sandy Lee. And
Well, yeah, my
Is it
husband
Wang
last
or
name
Lee?
is Lee. My husband last name is Lee.
I always get it wrong.
I didn't
so.
follow him, just keep my own.
So it is
Yeah.
long, okay.
Yeah.
But your daughter's is
Lee.
Lee. Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, okay.
She
For
didn't
me,
want too long, so.
yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Too long.
Yeah, my daughter asked me, Mom, why you are the only one, the
She's a
different
Wang,
name
so
as
that's
us? You know, because my mother-in-law last name is Wang. So only we are two women Wang, so she's got confused. Why is something special for Lee? I said, no, just for our tradition. You know, had to follow daddy's name. Anyway, for me, because when Jessica, not 5 years old, almost 5, we start piano for her first. Like teacher told us, if you want to be your kids good, you have to be parents, kids, teacher. Then make triangle, then can got stable, can go raise up. Then from that time, I did a flare in the school, you know, the string, connect the string. I asked Jessica, do you want to try? Might be fun. You know, you don't know you're good at piano or violin. She said, Mom, do you sing hard? I don't know. I said, I think you should try. I said, okay. The good thing is because she already know how to read the notes. I think the read notes is very important. If you only give her a song to play, you have to follow her forever to teach her, you know, one by one, little bit. If she knows read, she can read it, then she can practice by herself. When Jessica first time she take class here, the only thing she is interested is speakers. Because every day she practice got speaker. She's convinced to see whole picture, what that looks for, you know, colorful. And when we practice, we stay at her bedroom. I didn't prepare the whole room, the special room for her practice. Because you know, all her studies in on the table, I told her, if today after school, you know, in kindergarten, school finish at 12:30, the whole afternoon is free. You can do whatever to do, but you have to do what at least for you. You know, she learned Chinese, she do all the stuff. So if you don't do, you will think today, what do you do? And I want to train you to thinking by herself. They are little, we can help them to do something, but we cannot always control them, right? They have their own thoughts. They have their own mood. Maybe today they want to do it, today they don't. No. So at night, she still didn't do it. I said, Jessica, do you want to go sleep? Yeah, I'm tired. I said, how about your homework? How about all your things you didn't do? Oh, I forgot. How about tomorrow? I said, no. Yeah, maybe you think I'm so, you know, tough mommy or something. But first time, that's fun. They will know, no negotiate. You know, at least you have to done half. At least you have to show me you try to do it, right? So maybe the first week, you know, every day I ask her practice. Every time I didn't give her, like, you have to practice 10 minutes. You have to 15 minutes, no time. I just let her sit down to listen first. To make her feel it. She will know what's the music. Then when she playing, she can find the feel is right or not, right? Then she's reading the notes little by little. She follow herself feeling to play it. Then later, maybe just 10 minutes is good enough. The parents got to watch them, what they do. Do they want to think of other things? Right? So later on, for now, Jessica, I let her play at least half an hour. Because if they only play 10 minutes, it's for beginning. After they can read the notes, after they can know the basic thing to play. If you still ask them to play 10 or 15 minutes, it not works. Because only to make them to go in the role, you know, they just sitting there. Then the time fast go, oh, they think to play. No. You have to sit down at least to finish one song. But for me, right now, Jessica always think, I want to play the song. It's so beautiful. It's you know, this is called music, but I think if you don't know the basic thing like G major, C major, you cannot play very well. So she's a good kid. She listens to me everything. This is reminding me, like parents, if you are together, you cannot to teach her together. You got to focus on one person to make her listen only one. Yeah. Otherwise, say this. Oh, daddy say this, mommy say this. She will have excuse. So at first, my husband got mad at me. Why you push her? She learned too much. You know, I think, yeah, she learned too much. You ask her what she learned.